gonna go to jail today, though.
No, I'm not.
Bet. Step inside. Stand up and turn around right now.
On March 18th, 2025 officers were called to a Walmart in Ohio after loss prevention flagged a repeat skip scan crew. The suspects were tied to multiple active theft cases statewide. The interaction that followed highlights the legal threshold for aggregated theft, the concept of complicity, and the rigorous documentation required by retail loss prevention to build a felony case. This footage is presented for educational analysis.
Simmons is their last name. We've got multiple out of Waverly. They skip scan stuff at the registers. We got put onto them and ran their card. My boss probably has 20 cases, 15 cases that he's put in. They're over $1,000 from past thefts. And we got a dozen or more items not scanned. I just got to get the receipt, but they're both in there. But that's the rundown.
Are you from this jurisdiction?
Yeah. I've got Aurora pulled up. I can show you where they're in the system, what they've been doing. But we've just been waiting. I had them in the other day, but the handheld was messing up, and it was like 2 items. And I was like, well, we'll wait and get a solid, and this is actually a solid. I go back every time you've been in here. This was $188. This was 56, which was the lower one, $114. I mean, there's 20 or more cases that you guys were involved in. I know what you're trying to tell me, you didn't do anything wrong, but I mean, why do you think I was watching you? This is 2 cases out of Waverly. This is one, that's why, I mean, they've been involved in 18 events. 16 from us so far that's loaded up. This one's $201. That's him pushing it out. There's her blue pickup truck. Their total value is $13.56 at the moment. And it's all either not scanning stuff at the register or scanning 1, bagging 2, 3. We have receipts, all the photo. There's still so many stuff that is. Like, it's going to be 20 or more times that they've been in here. And they do Waverly.
And this one, or just Walmart in general?
Waverly here, Columbus. There's one of the Columbus stores. Huh? It was Whitehall or something.
Whitehall?
Yeah. Well, it was absolutely you guys. I mean, I'm not making it up. I watched the video. So we were with another person there. What we did was we got put onto it by a self-checkout host. And she said, hey, I don't think they paid for all their stuff, which is common how this happens. So then we pulled the last 4 of the credit card, ran their name, and pulled up all their Walmart transactions. That's why we got 1 hit out of Columbus and a couple out of Waverly. I believe on Facebook it says he's from Waverly, but that's how we got their name. I believe it's Heather Simmons. Well, his old address is Waverly on his ID. Okay. And then, so we just started watching the transactions, and sure enough, every time they're in, they miss-scan. She'll stand and stare at the self-checkout host. He'll do most of the bagging.
Do what you got here.
Yeah.
And then, we can reference the other cases of elsewhere, and then the court could take that into account.
Yeah, no.
But
all that stuff is completely up to you. We just wanted to
Y'all make sure to put all those together for the court hearing or whatever.
What is it?
I'll make sure to get all those put together.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've got
How
them all
far back
figured
are
out.
we for this store?
Well, 3 months.
How many cases?
Well, it's got, right now on this one, got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does this store break 1,000?
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When we do 15, 16, 17, try to 18, 19 count this one. Especially if you just and some of them are $27, some of them are $218.
Yeah.
Probably 2 days ago. This was $288 or $188, $207. Some of them are like that. Well, they got a sweeper the other day, and it was $400 or almost $300. Right?
What about a sweeper?
Do you have full workups on those cases?
Huh?
Do you have full workups on those cases? Like to show probable cause for each one?
Yeah, I've got video and everything on it.
Have you done a statement that we can read?
My boss has put the statements in, and I just have to go print them off. All the ones that we have in the system right now, which is probably like 12 so far. Yeah, so we just go in and hit the statement thing and just print it. And then I have the original transaction and a receipt
for what wasn't scanned as opposed to what's seen on video. So I got a receipt for each and every time they were in here. And on mine, I put notes on, you know, when the stuff got bagged that wasn't scanned. And then these are the receipts like we normally get you for cases. But I just haven't attached the videos to them yet. Because my boss was still putting it together when I had my 2 days off yesterday. So
We could put it into one report now these days, but at the end of the day, in the court size, each one is a specific. Now, I know in the past they've grouped them together before, so they may do that.
Well, the last time when I talked to Fife, he was like, well, if you get them all put together, because we had another one similar to this, get them all put together, and then we'll get with the prosecutor.
It's kind of their.
Find out if they want to do all of them together or they want like 20 charges.
I might give him a call, see what he wants to do with it.
I think it's going to be all of them together are going to be over $1,000.
Is it both of them every time?
Yeah.
For every single case?
Well, not every single case. Sometimes it's just her. Sometimes it's just him.
So that's what we're going to have to determine also is, you know, a cumulative yes together, but
yeah, we got to separate those and find out.
when they're together, you count them as both of them. But when they're separate, that total can't go for both of them.
Yeah,
it's got to go for the single person.
Yeah.
So we got to figure that total out.
Yeah, well, the majority of the bigger time or the more expensive ones were both of them together.
Right.
She had a couple times with small stuff like hot food, stuff like that, and he had a couple times with, you know, smaller stuff. But
Let's work on today right now, and then we'll figure out that after this.
The video begins in the loss prevention office where staff detail a sophisticated pattern of shoplifting. The loss prevention officer explains that the suspect scanned one item while bagging multiple or completely failed to scan items at the register. By utilizing the self-checkout host's initial suspicion and tracking the last 4 digits of the suspect's credit card loss prevention was able to connect them to over 20 cases across stores in Waverly and Columbus. The documentation presented to the officers is extensive. The total value of the stolen goods at this moment is calculated at $1,356. Under Ohio Revised Code Section 2913.02, theft of property valued at $1,000 or more, but less than $7,500 elevates the crime to a felony of the 5th degree. The law allows prosecutors to aggregate or combine the value of property stolen across multiple incidents within a specific time frame to reach this felony threshold. Loss prevention specifically notes that they waited for a solid case to initiate the apprehension rather than acting on an incident involving only 2 items. This is a common and legally sound strategy in modern retail asset protection. By waiting to execute an arrest until the aggregated value crosses the felony threshold, retailers ensure that the criminal justice system takes the offenses seriously rather than processing them as a minor misdemeanor citation. The officers in loss prevention discuss how to attribute the stolen value between the 2 suspects. This introduces the legal concept of complicity. Under Ohio Revised Code Section 2923.03, a person who aids or abets another in committing an offense is guilty of complicity. Loss prevention notes that the female suspect acts as a lookout and bags unscanned items, demonstrating a coordinated effort.
Talk to him, I'll talk to her out here.
because we don't have the authority to.
Step out here and talk to me.
Can we get away from all the people?
No, we'll just step out.
Let's go out front. Let's go out front.
I'm not going to go that far. You can stay right here on this bench. So apparently this is a thing that happens frequently.
I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but how can you record every little detail from a scanner?
Oh, there's cameras all over.
I understand that, but I understand that also things can be mis-scanned accidentally. I'm not saying it's always, but you can't sit and say that every time we come in here we steal something. That's not even right.
So not that question. I'm not worried about that right this second.
Yeah.
What happened today?
No, I always stand there and talk to people because I know everybody in here.
So
Literally stand there and talk to everybody.
what was it scanned?
I guess a few things. It was probably some lotion, something, some chicken, some cheese, I guess. But we paid for everything in the cart. Like, I guess.
I get that you paid for some items, but you
we paid for
obviously
almost
didn't.
all the items except for like 8 things, I think it was. Like,
8
Not
things is
bigger
kind of a lot of things. They're
I
not
get
scanning.
that. I get that.
How do you forget 8 times that you didn't scan something?
Well, I think he gets to, he said he thinks he confuses someone else's scan when he's scanning his beside
That
you.
doesn't make sense.
I mean, I get that, but at the same
You're
time,
feeding me a
like,
line of bullshit is what you're doing.
not at all. So at the end of the day, no. I make
It's
more than
every
you
single
guys
time.
do.
I don't give a shit how much you make.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
listen to me.
That's fine.
Every time
I'm not
you,
gonna let you disrespect me.
every time you
Okay,
come
I'm
here,
done talking.
every time you come here,
I'm done talking.
you guys are caught
I'm
not
done
scanning
talking.
things. Okay, that's fine.
It's fine.
Have a step back in here. You're gonna go to jail today, though.
No, I'm not.
Bet. Step
What you gonna
inside. Stand up and turn around right now.
No.
Yeah, you're under arrest
No. For what?
for stealing.
I didn't do nothing. What
Okay.
are you talking about?
Right now, you're being detained. So stand
I'm
up.
not going to be detained.
Okay. Let me verify something just real quick. Today, right now, she assisted in not scanning items, correct?
She's at the register. She's there every time.
Okay. And you said she was looking around while he was not scanning items?
Yeah,
But I talk to a lot of people here. Do I not do videos? I know how everybody.
you do.
And it's every time they're together, they're not scanning items and they're together, and she's doing the same behavior?
Every time.
Okay. You're under
But I
arrest.
talk to everybody.
You're under arrest.
For what?
Stand up.
what?
For theft.
You cannot arrest me.
If you don't stand up and turn around, you're going to be having additional charges added to your booking sheet.
All right, can I get my stuff to my husband then?
No. Set it. We'll hand it whatever we need
Well, there's a
to.
lot of money here. If you just put it in my purse, thank you.
Turn around. I want your cuffs, sir. Have you talked to him yet?
Huh?
Have you talked to him yet?
No, not yet. What's your phone?
Okay. Just keep them separate while you're talking to him. I'll stay out here with her too. Let me know you're done.
The officers locate the suspects outside the store and separate them. The male suspect immediately attempts to minimize his actions, claiming he accidentally missed scanning the items and offers to pay for them. While a single missed scan might legally be defended as a lack of criminal intent or mens rea, the documented history of over 20 incidents effectively neutralizes the defense of a simple mistake. The officers placed the female suspect, identified as Heather Simmons, under arrest for theft. She protests, arguing that she did not steal anything. However, the Supreme Court in Illinois versus Gates established that probable cause requires a fair probability that contraband or evidence of a crime will be found based on the totality of the circumstances. The video evidence of her stacking items for her husband to bag without scanning, combined with her consistent presence during the 20-plus thefts, provides overwhelming probable cause for her arrest as an accomplice.
Are you allowed to go through my stuff like that?
Yeah, you're under arrest.
That doesn't mean you're on my property. He has it already.
I have the cash. I didn't mean to miss it. Like, honest to God, I didn't mean to miss it.
Right, but you do realize that when you come in,
I get what you're saying.
you went, I missed that plastic thing, I missed the body wash.
But see, when I missed the plastic thing, I knew what I did. I hit it,
Right.
and then I thought I hit it again, and then
Right.
me. It's not like I was just like, hey, you know what?
No, I understand.
I'm gonna steal all this shit.
And it's a valiant thing you're doing, you're a man, whatnot, but I do not believe that she did not know.
No, she
immediately told you to shut up and stop talking to us when you guys got in here.
No, she wasn't saying that. She said I was talking too much.
Mm-hmm. Because you admitted to not scanning stuff.
But
she didn't want you
no,
to
she didn't mean it like
that.
No, she didn't mean it like that, bro. I promise you, she didn't mean it like that. She was just telling me to shut the f up because I was talking.
Pretty much saying she had nothing to do with it. He was the one that missed the items and saying that he knows that he missed them.
They're here together every time. Did you watch the video?
No, I haven't.
Watch today's video.
Yeah, like I said, we really.
And then just determine. But she, they're saying that she's like looking out for him and stuff. So, what were the items? Food and stuff?
Yeah. Food, pregnancy test, and
I really.
I think it was all. The only thing one food was a pregnancy test and like a body wash storage box thing.
You have higher direction cards and cash.
I really didn't mean to miss it.
But how do you forget to scan 8 items and then do it consistently over 20 times? You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to the store and I scanned things and I make sure I'm doing a thorough job. And it happened one time maybe, but 8 times in one sitting and then multiple times in multiple sittings. It's beyond just a mistake. It's a pattern, and it's shown that you're being thoughtful and stealing.
I understand. But I really didn't miss it.
And on our end, like
I
I
was about to
said,
go have to put that.
he puts all the cases, all the videos. We don't say whether you're guilty or not. I'm not. That's the judge and all that.
Completely fine.
We're just gonna put together the videos and send it in.
Look at that. I mean,
He scanned the cheap one twice.
she just,
picked up the other one and back.
yeah.
That was my
I
fault.
mean, you could obviously tell if they're two different things. She'll stack stuff over here, and then he just like bags it without scanning.
Yeah, see, I mean, come on.
What did the only
Well,
thing
you
I
pick and
missed
choose.
up- chicken.
It's not always the same thing every time. Yeah, you got chicken that was $10 and something,
I
for
honestly
$4.
missed the chicken. That's $5 that I missed.
Look, he double
I
bagged
did
the
that
corn.
twice. It was only twice.
Yeah, he got the corn.
Some stuff I
He missed the
accidentally-
queso, but he scanned it for wild rice. The cheese is on top of the rice. He scanned the rice for $1 something. The queso is like
Yeah.
$4 and something.
I thought I had 2 bags of rice though. I was going for. I had 2 bags of rice.
Right. And then the pregnancy test. I don't know what he's doing with it. He scans the cheap one and then like
I thought-
spikes the other one clear over here.
No, I really thought I scanned the first one the first time. If you watch the video, I scanned it.
And like I said, we've got like
Watch.
20 some videos of
It's gonna
similar
look-
to this.
It's gonna look like I scanned it on the one file.
And then he misses this big, this is one of the biggest items they had, and misses it completely. He scans the Reese's. Well, just because people run it over it doesn't mean they mean to scan it,
I
because
know,
the
but I heard-
UPC's not even facing down.
I heard a beep, and some of them.
That's what I've heard everybody tell me that. That might very well work in your case, but I have 20 other ones just like it.
I did.
So you're really messing up. You shouldn't go shopping by yourself.
I really. Hey,
You shouldn't go shopping at all, yes, because you can't scan it correctly, right? You didn't even try to scan fruit.
oh, I didn't. That's my fault. Completely.
And then
Not today.
some of the other cases, it's another similar thing where it would be like the pork chops getting a cheaper one. Like the other day when they were in, they got some Creole seasoning. It was cheaper than, I couldn't tell exactly what it was, but it kind of looked like syrup or something, but he scanned it twice. And then,
Seems like it's always the
I
cheaper
got
one.
it's like,
I got 2 of the
Pretty
Creoles.
consistent.
I got Tony,
Right.
2 Tonys.
right, but then there was something else in your hand. Look, it might not have been syrup, but it was some kind of bottle. You can pull up the transaction.
And he just said I stole a vacuum. I didn't really.
But it's never the more expensive thing accidentally getting scanned. So that's where
Oh, that's good.
we are like, it's okay, that's a tough one.
And 8 times.
And he pointed it out when he came in,
I
a couple
did.
of the items,
I
which
knew
he was
what-
honest. And
I
he's
knew
been
what I missed.
very nice the whole time. But
And I said I would pay for everything. It's not like it was a big deal. I accidentally missed this shit today.
Not a big deal times 20 turns out to be a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. But I did not mean to miss this shit.
I mean, you're to the
I
point
was-
where you're an alert database over all the Walmarts in the local area. Like, how do you do
I
that
didn't-
just because you made a
look,
mistake a couple
Waverly,
times?
I didn't steal shit. I had my daughter with me.
But you're saying you didn't steal anything this time too, and clearly.
No, I just told him when I got in here.
Well,
I said I
the
didn't
people
mean
in
to steal.
Waverly put a video on there that shows you doing the exact same thing that happened here.
But what did I do?
I'm not going to go over all of it. I'm telling you, they have proof, or it wouldn't be on there. Their boss isn't going to let them put it on there if it's not.
I just
True.
really didn't steal anything in Waverly. Because
no, we can lose our job over
I had a
putting false
bunch of-
information up, so it's
Yeah.
not worth it. I'll let you
In
have the
Waverly-
food, but it's plain as day. And we're looking at over $1,500 at the moment total.
We'll probably 21 for this today, and then I'll probably send an email to request for a detective to look at all the cases, put it all together for
Yeah.
to have a possible felony.
Yeah, we'll put that in a cooler if
They
you
have to
can.
be arrested.
Send somebody.
Why her?
Which is clearly involved in it.
No, she's not
But
involved.
I'm not. Like,
She's not involved.
that's what I tried to tell you outside, and you kept getting
She's
smart
not-
at me.
You said you
I'm
don't
like,
want to answer any more questions.
Be quiet.
How am I supposed to
Be
continue my
quiet.
investigation? We got probable
I
cause. Nick
understand
standing
that,
there right next to him when he's
Hey,
not
let me-
scanning
and I
items.
understand that, but I'm
Why is
saying
your
like,
handing them to him?
see what I mean?
Is
Like,
there
you try
a
to get
time?
aggressive when you
I'm
talk
not being
about it.
aggressive. I'm telling you where my point
It's
of view
weird.
is.
Shut up.
My
Hey,
other cups
listen.
are too small.
More.
They're like the little baby cups.
Hey, more. For real. She had nothing to do with it. Honest to God.
Oh. We have probable cause to believe otherwise, and if the court determines that, then that's between her and the court. That's fine. But we got to do our job, and then they'll do their job.
More. We can't just get a summons for that.
You know, normally I would, but with the history and
I
understand that, but when they show me a case of $1,500 and you're doing it for 3 months, you rack that up. You're in all the WalMarts of Waverly and here and Columbus.
I didn't do anything. Can we just get a summons today, please? And I will take care of everything in court so I can take care of my kids. That's it. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna come back here. I'm not gonna follow nobody. Come to my house. You can follow me to the crib, whatever you want.
Yeah, not with the history of doing this
Bro,
in 3 months.
I'm not.
racking up
I'm not coming back here. I will bring $1,500 back here.
Yeah. And that's 20 times here, right?
Yeah, that's just here.
So that's not even counting
I've
Waverly.
never stolen.
And that's in 3 months?
You said I stole a vacuum.
Yeah, the past 3
I don't even
months.
have a vacuum in my house.
Yeah, we don't even have a vacuum. That's the crazy part.
And then, of course, we're good.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Be
Yep.
safe.
Thanks.
The male suspect attempts to argue that he did not steal anything at the Waverly location, stating he is not banned from there. The officer maintains control of the interaction, refusing to debate the overwhelming evidence documented in the database. The officer's communication remains factual and direct, effectively shutting down the suspect's attempts to litigate the case on the sidewalk. At the time of this analysis, the outcome of any criminal charges remains unknown. However, the suspects faced aggravated felony theft charges and multiple counts of restitution pending prosecutor and court review. Based on the meticulous documentation provided by loss prevention, the state possesses a highly actionable case for fifth-degree felony theft. The arresting officers receive a B+ because they conducted a thorough review of the evidence prior to making contact, established clear probable cause, and maintained a professional demeanor during the arrests. They correctly identified the legal necessity of separating the total theft values to ensure accurate charges for each suspect individually. However, a minor area of concern is their initial contact with the suspects. Allowing the suspects to stand together during the initial confrontation briefly allowed them to coordinate their narrative. Best tactical practices dictate separating co-conspirators immediately upon detention to prevent them from aligning their stories. Overall, the officers applied the law correctly and executed a lawful minimal force arrest based on solid probable cause. The suspects received a D because they engaged in a documented prolonged pattern of organized retail theft, exposing themselves to severe felony charges. Their attempt to claim a lack of intent, arguing that failing to scan 8 items in one sitting and doing so consistently over 20 times was an honest mistake, is legally unviable and practically absurd. However, they avoid a failing grade because despite their verbal protests and weak legal arguments, they ultimately complied with lawful orders and did not physically resist the officers during the handcuffing process. Their compliance prevented a property crime investigation from escalating into a dangerous use of force scenario or resulting in additional charges for resisting arrest. The Loss Prevention Department receives an A for their exemplary investigative work. Rather than apprehending the suspects for a minor isolated incident, they utilize point-of-sale data, video surveillance, and credit card tracking to build a comprehensive case file. By patiently documenting over 20 incidents to breach the $1,000 felony threshold, they ensured the criminal justice system would have the necessary evidence to prosecute the suspects to the fullest extent of Ohio law. This incident provides critical takeaways for all parties involved. For the public, it demonstrates that modern retail surveillance leaves no blind spots. The defense of an honest mistake at self-checkout completely loses its legal standing when loss prevention can prove a consistent pattern of behavior. For retail asset protection, it highlights the effectiveness of patiently tracking and aggregating stolen value to build a solid felony case rather than settling for minor citations. Finally, for law enforcement, it reinforces the tactical advantage of thoroughly reviewing digital evidence before making contact. By relying on concrete documentation, the officers maintained absolute control and avoided unnecessary verbal disputes during the arrest. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.